The city of Seattle, known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a Wet n' Wild CenturyLink field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. Three tight ends are out there. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. Kenyon Drake in Week 16 last year against these Seahawks had a career day, 166 yards rushing, a couple of touchdowns as well, as the Cardinals won in Seattle 27-13. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 43. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And a big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. On 2nd down, Wilson. Airing it out for Olsen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Travis Homer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's the veteran K.J. Wright, the disruptive force.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now a hit and a loose football. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think,
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Devon Kennard able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return is Peterson. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Okay.
On second down, it's Drake, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Oh, congratulations.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Kenyon Drake last year versus Cleveland, absolutely unstoppable. Ran for 137 yards. And remember, 4 touchdowns in the Cards' 38-24 win.
I have
in week
no idea,
15.
but I can definitely find out.
Scrimmage the 37 on 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Drake. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety, Jamal Adams.
You start getting FMLA paperwork, right?
At the 37-yard line.
But I'll still let them know. I'll email them and let them know. Or you can if you want to. It's up to you. Yeah, and let them know.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Right, good. Get the paperwork in.
Cardinals, nothing.
And congratulations. It's your first? Oh, yeah.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Right. Okay.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. He's
All
going
right.
to flip one out
Bye-bye.
here to his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now from Murray. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Dorsett. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things.
Yo, 1 second, yo. I gotta send this email for work.
heads up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. They set up the screen to Penny. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Seahawks, first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. For the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Cardinals nothing. Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. He's at the 30, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he's got some space here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. After the interception, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Seahawks 27, Cardinals nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Isabella on the return. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Murray. It's caught on the right side. Williams. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At their 49-yard line.
They'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Murray now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Dorsett on the return. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. After the turnover, here's Murray. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Murray. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. The rookie Jordan Brooks picks it off. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
55. Hey. 55. Come on, D. 55 is mine, guys. 55. Hey. He's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Murray now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Max Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
On first down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up second down.
By Byron Murphy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Wilson. Left side, it's Dorsett. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
41-yard line.
Play action. Now Wilson. And nearly picked off.
Wilson.
Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Baker there on the coverage.
Throwing again. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
58, right over there, right over there. Got it. Screen, watch the screen.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
First and 10.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3 yards the gain there, second down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Coming up on second and 7. To throw again is Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 7 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide that they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
For Seattle.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Murray going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
For the Cardinals.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 47-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Play action. It's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle, a 2nd and 10 now. To throw again, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 16. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This is Homer. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Travis Homer with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now Myers for the extra point. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Makes the score Seahawks 43, Cardinals 6.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the...
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run. It's Drake. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone.
Yes, nigga, catch the ball, bro.
God
damn, DK, you big as fuck.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Wilson.
Oh, my goodness.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays.
Wow.
Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Myers' kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be
about time.
Touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Seahawks 53, Cardinals 6. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray out of the backfield. He's got Malcolm Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there. 1st down. And line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
To throw is Wilson. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Wilson, a gain of 6 there on first.
Greg Olsen.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd and 4.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yo, DK, bro, you don't like the
A lot of
rain?
times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in
Rain.
pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stick. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 63, Cardinals 6. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Have your mom do it.
Throwing on first down is Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That catch good for only a couple.
On the pickup, it's second and 8 at the Seahawks.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
To throw on third down. Murray.
Oh, this guy.
Intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down.
Fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup. On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Sure.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Tonight's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
So I'll send this to your worker, Mr. Milner, and you'll get your case. So your case is going to get transferred to Southeast District office and the Keysport office, all right? I would say give it 24 hours to show up in the system. No problem. You have a good day.
class, our homework for the week, is to yell at people, sing, and walk.
Yeah. Sing and walk.
Yell at people, sing, and walk, so I can get my lung capacity back up again. She said she still noticed a little bit of raspiness and hoarseness and gasping, so I gotta get my lung capacity up. So you gonna walk with me in the evening at that time?
Yeah. Oh shit. Don't beat me. I'm sorry. They be working like a slave. I did not play video games at all last night. I didn't come to bed till 3 o'clock working on that fucking list. And guess what they told me today? That's on hold. That switch. So you don't have to rush and do it. I'm like, I finished this shit last night.